I'm your first act, isn't that awesome? Woo! So, this is going well. Okay, so, the gender binary. If you haven't heard of it, it's this made-up concept of, men on one end and women on the other end, and between them there is this gaping chasm and with like steep walls, and there is no bridge and no ferry, and there's like a raging river at the bottom, and it's like the fucking Grand Canyon. And that's why men and women will forever be totally separate and are not alike at all. And it's all marketing. It's all made up by people who want to sell you books with titles like Why Men Live in Trash Cans and All Women Are Secretly 3 Hamsters on a Chair. I mean, that's what the titles of these books sound like to me anyway. Or, why boys like lightsabers and girls like Marxism. And it starts... and it starts at birth. Oh, I'm loving it. Keep coming. And people get born and they get put in these boxes and they grow up, and if they don't, act according to the boxes, then we give them shit, like, men wearing pink or women wearing clothes. So speaking of women wearing clothes, I hear there is a religious thing going on at the moment, which is kind of, technically speaking, there's always some kind of religious thing going on somewhere, but this is kind of specific to the general region of the world. So Easter, yeah. So I'm an atheist, so I only know bits and pieces about this, but I thought that Jesus is currently dead? Or is he alive? See, the funny thing about mythology is that death is kind of like a minor inconvenience, which might go away if you wait for a bit. It's like, what's going on with him? Oh no, he's fine. He looks a bit pale. It's okay, he's fine. But he's not breathing. Yeah, it's okay. Just wait 3 days. It'll pass. Come on, just imagine some of the Romans that were there at the crucifixion, like seeing Jesus walk around again when he was alive, going like, oh my God, Longinus, look, it's that Joshua guy. I thought he was dead. He was dead, but I guess he got better. So Jesus was dead, and then he wasn't dead anymore, and I was like, isn't that the definition of a zombie? Was Jesus the first zombie? What's going on? And of course, I Googled it, because that's what I do with my free time. And Google Answers, which is the most reliable source of information, was like, no, apparently, so Lazarus was resurrected before Jesus was. Sorry, Jesus, you're not the first zombie, just the second zombie. And I was like, what if Jesus had an extra life and he just respawned at the save point after he died? Nobody here plays computer games, okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna drop that bit. So yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm a bit of a nerd. And this might come as a surprise to you, but I'm also a feminist. I know, that's a shocking revelation. And it occurred to me that some people are still afraid of the word feminism, in the 21st century. And I was like, why are people... And then I was like, oh my God, it's the ism that's the problem. It's the ism in feminism, because there's so many words that end in ism, which are bad, like, fascism and racism and sexism and colorism and colonialism and astigmatism. I like words. I like them a little bit too much occasionally. You've reached peak killjoy when you're a German native speaker who corrects other people's English. People don't like that for some reason. I don't know why. Really. So I've stopped doing that because I like having friends. So let's summarize. I'm a feminist, which on the internet makes me a feminazi. I like words, which on the internet makes me a grammar Nazi. And I'm from Austria. What I'm saying is that these days, basically anyone can be called a Nazi, except for actual Nazis, which are the alt-right. So yeah, I'm a feminist, I'm a nerd, and I know that means that I'm probably going to die alone, surrounded by 60 cats. For the record, I don't have any cats for the moment. But I used to cat sit when I was younger. Cat sitting is awesome if you haven't heard of it. You go into other people's homes while they're away and you feed and you pet their cats. It's amazing. You do have to ask permission first. Otherwise you're just a cat burglar. And I've noticed something. I've noticed something about cat food, which is that, you know, it comes in a variety. I know this is like super, super interesting trivia about cat food. You're learning something tonight, something really relevant. Okay, so cat food comes in a variety of flavors, like, you know, beef, chicken, pork, fish, even vegetables for some reason, because cats love vegetables. And I've realized... Are you a vegetable?
No, I'm a cat. So, yeah.
We have an authority on the subject. That's amazing. Okay, so vegetables, cat food, right? And cat food doesn't really come in flavors like, you know, mouse or rat or small endangered bird. And I was like, I mean, I'm from the city, so I may not be that informed about it, but I've visited the countryside and I've never seen a cat in the wild pouncing on a cow. I mean, if it does, it probably does it only once, because after that it's a cat frisbee. And so I called the cat food company. I was like, Mr. Cat Food, why don't you put mice and rats in cat food? And Mr. Cat Food said, well, Avi, it's very simple. We do not sell to cats. We sell to human beings. Isn't that my turn?
Finished?
I'm finished?
Perfect.
Okay.